Hi, and welcome to More Stories from the Road. This is Gola Diaries. I'm here in Silchar, Assam, being hosted by the Inspector General of the Assam Rifles, Major General Ranjit Singh. His hospitality has taken me to many places just within Silchar, and one of those places is a cancer research center run by Dr. Ravi Kannan, a phenomenal doctor, came from Chennai and started in this space with almost nothing, maybe two rooms, maybe one floor. Today, this hospital is state of the art. It's got equipment, diagnostic, research that maybe three hospitals in India have. And all of this because of his team's dedication and hard work in a very rough terrain of Silchar. It's not an easy place to live, but this is a charitable hospital that does what do you call that? Pro bono free treatment for almost everybody that comes there. Supported by a lot of generous people, the Tata Trust, the Tata Memorial Hospital. They're doing a lot of joint venture and joint research here in oncology. But what has this got to do with organ donation? It has a lot to do with organ donation. A lot of the organs that we donate help a lot of cancer patients in their treatments. So let's listen to Dr. Ravi and see what he has to say.
Hello, I am Ravi Kannan and I work for a cancer hospital in Silchar in the southern part of Assam. I joined this organization a little over 14 years ago, and we treat a whole lot of people who are low in resources, and so we face a lot of challenges in treating them. One of the challenges that could be handled is by donation of blood, donation of bone. The blood transfusion is probably the most common form of organ transplantation, though it is not recognized as such, and people are very hesitant to donate blood. And blood transfusion, blood components, blood products are needed very often in cancer treatment and in treatment of other diseases, and blood cannot come if people don't donate. The other challenge we face is people coming with cancers of the bone, or sometimes when as part of surgery we have to remove some of the bones in the body, and then to reconstruct, to replace the missing bone, we have to resort to artificially fabricated metal prosthesis. Some of this could be sorted out if we started having bone banks where bones could be harvested and sterilized and stored and can be used off the shelf. The advantage with sterilized bone is the complication rates are low. It is practically no risk of transmission of infection, and there is no need for immunotyping to make sure there is a match. There is no need for immunosuppressants, and so this could help in a very big way.
What about where do you get bones from now?
Right now, we don't use bones at all because bones all have to be imported. And for something that we remove in a patient here in Silchar, we need to get bone from Italy or places like that, and that is prohibitively expensive. And so we don't use it.
So, someone starting to understand the value of bone donation after death, when someone says, I want to donate my body to science, it actually means they want to give their cadaver to the medical college so that students can actually use.
So that is one way.
But before
using
that,
it. Yeah. So when a person actually donates his body after death, almost every organ can be used to give life to somebody else. The cornea can be used, the bones can be used, the kidneys can be harvested, the liver can be. Liver is another organ that we need sometimes to treat liver tumors. Not all liver tumors are removed and the liver left to regenerate. there are situations where a transplant is part of the treatment, and so that's another area where transplant service can benefit in cancer treatment. And so, yes, almost every organ, lungs can be used, the heart can be used. So,
And all of these organs except the heart are affected by cancer.
yes, yes.
Right? So there is a close tie because there's so much emphasis on finding a cure for cancer, finding a cure for cancer. But in this case, it is just your generosity that will find the cure for that cancer.
Help treatment. Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not a cure, but
put
yes.
Put a person back on his or her feet, which can only happen if somebody else donates it.
So bottom line, you need to be humane, and lots of lives can be saved. And a little bit about this hospital, doctor. How did it start, and where are you today?
This hospital actually was established by lay citizens of the valley who got together, formed a cancer society, and had the courage to dream of something that they probably would never thought of seeing in their lifetimes. The nearest hospital was far off. Northeast travel is an issue because of terrain, because of transport, because of rains, because of lands, a whole lot of reasons. And so they put up a cancer hospital, and I joined them much later. The hospital came up in '96 and I joined in 2007. And then challenges are there in treating patients all over the world. And this place has its own set of challenges. People are poor, people are ignorant, they have to travel, they don't have employment, whole lot of issues. They're nutritionally deprived, they're all tobacco addicted, whole lot of issues. And each problem has to be sorted out if people have to be provided equitable, inclusive care that they will accept.
And this whole thing is run out of charitable donations.
Yeah, a lot of it depends upon support that we receive from other sources other than the patients themselves. Most of them are not able to pay for their treatment.
Okay, so thank you, doctor, for spending this time. And it is important that bone donation appeals come from people like you, because you are the
for such a large country, right now we have only 2 bone banks in the country.
And where are they?
One is in Mumbai, and the other one is in I forget where.
Are they well stocked?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because if you're importing from Italy, why not import from Mumbai?
I'm not importing from anywhere.
No, that's one of the possibilities. I know. I've talked to an oncologist, oncosurgeon in Bangalore, and he said he imports from Italy. I'm wondering.
I don't know what is the status.
So it's not well stocked.
I don't know. I really don't know. They don't talk about it, so we don't know.
Okay, and you said it's a lot cheaper to treat patients with donated bone than to make prostheses or even importing. So I continue to ask the question, why wouldn't you import from Mumbai if there's a bank there?
No, the problem with getting bone from elsewhere is within a short period of time of release from the bank, the bone has to be used. Otherwise, it's not usable.
And so by the time it gets here, it's way past that
We
time.
need to establish a bone bank in the region if people here have to use it. See, for a one-off case, we can create a green corridor and make sure the flights come and nothing stops and everything. But this cannot be a routine thing.
True.
And so we need to have a bone bank in the region for people in the region.
And in your opinion, what does it take to start a bone bank or even an eye bank here?
Human will.
And which human?
Knowledge.
Well, knowledge exists. It's now a matter of establishing it here.
I would understand that it requires knowledge in an individual who aspires to do this and then is able to find the resources to make it happen. There will be some...
So it's personal will and dedication, really. Because the know-how exists. It's just a matter of doing it.
Correct.
All right. So, Doc, thank you very much for your time. I heard good things about you from the local Army top brass, and I wanted to come and say hello.
Supportive.
The Army is supportive,
Very
yes.
supportive, yes.
Yeah, I'm glad I met you, and
I'm also glad.
let's see where things go.